So let's look at the structure of good on 1 hour. And from 1 hour, we'll see that so I want to capture the current 1 hour close. So as long as price have not broken this 1 hour close, we remain on sell. Break above this is a buy. If we break above it, or better still, let us put it on 4 hours. 4 hours is better. This is 4 hours close. So we'll stay on 4 hours and come back to 1 hour. Then the next key area to look at price and why you have seen that current demand on 89 level, 89, 85. It is from this price action. The price action, the structure of the foundation came on 14th of July. So that is the structure of the foundation. I call it SS, strength of structure. So that's the reason you are seeing the being upheld for buy after market opening a gap. So the strength of structure is 85, and it came from July 14th. And you can see what price I've done there. We have here as a resistance structure. We have here as a resistance structure. We have here as a resistance structure. Breakout of three resistance structure. Price return here to confirm it that three broken supply roof is now a demand floor. And market closed. When market close of market tapped into that zone, and you have seen that that was our sell idea for Friday. And so I'm going to make a zone for it. So it touches the close of Friday market reaction. It's still within the zone, and we have seen a bearish drop. A broken supply roof is now a demand floor. That is actually what happened. So technically, a lot of people were expecting that price would dip back into the body close of 1 hour. No, the week has held price, depending on how the market opened. Now we are being confronted by 1112, 1115. And if I want to make a zone for that, I don't want to put zone there because I'm watching at a breakout of 112. 112 is 4 hours supply roof, so it doesn't get me confused. The strength of the structure is here, which represent what 4 hours is saying. This is 4 hours structure. This one here, this very one here, this one is the strength. Forget about the rest, because if you look at it on 4 hours, this is the strength of the structure on 4 hours. So since we're on 1 hour, I don't want to put a zone into it, so that I will stick into the market reaction. I want to capture that. As market breaks that area, I want to see when it happens. So the next thing we want to look at is we have a potential trend here on 1 hour. We have a trend, and I'm looking for sell structure on that trend. I'm looking for sell structure on this trend. And if you want to put it into perspective, you'll see that it was actually a valid structure. Now let's take this out for you to see what really happened. Beautiful. So if you look at it from the line chart, you see that we have here as a support structure. We have here as a support structure. We have here as a support structure, breakout structure, supply roof, break of a supply roof, demand floor one, demand floor two, breakout of a demand floor. So let's look it here. So we'll see it as the market react. Demand floor one, demand floor two, demand floor three, four, breakout of structure. This is a retest. So The strength of structure came from here on 1 hour. And we have here retest, breakout of structure, price came back here. And we also had a retest again. If you make a zone for that, it's still within that zone. This is the zone of market reaction. This is the zone of the market reaction. So what that means technically is that we are looking for sell on that trend. That is if market pulls into that structure again. But from what we see here, this is 4-hour rejection. It is 4-hour rejection, 1-hour rejection. So let me put it 4 hours and 1-hour rejection. This is 4 hours. 4-hour supply roof. So on intraday, we all know that 4 hours and 3 hours are the strongest intraday price action. They are the strongest, 4 hours and 3 hours. So this is why you see market, and if you look here on 45 minutes, the sell you have here on 45-minute close, market has respected that close. So this is why you see a pullback into that structure. This is very, very technical, using mathematics to trade. So does it work 100%? Nothing works 100% in trading. So most times if it doesn't work, you go back and look and take your correction. So, but this is what it is. That reaction there, why I mark there is 45-minute reaction. So I return back on 1-hour chart. But the reaction you have here happened on 45-minute close. And when price tapped into the 45 minutes, it rejected it. That was why we rejected this roof. We didn't reject it because we wanted to. We rejected it because it was a 45-minute close. 106 was a 45-minute close. And that is what it is. So market didn't get to 1-hour close. 1-hour close and 4-hour close are the same. And that is why price had dropped at 1115, 112. So if I want to keep this chart as clean as possible, if price, now look at it from a broader picture, you see that we have only two things here. This is the roof, this is the current roof, and this is the current floor. So in a broader context, if you are looking for a reaction, I will want to wait here. I'm sorry to say it. I know it might not happen, but this is the right thing to do. So if you don't want to get burnt, this is where most likely you should wait for price. I think this is the cleanest chart. I want to leave it like this. We have rejected 45 minutes close. We rejected 45 minutes close at 4,106, and 4,086 remains a vital floor on 1 hour. This is another demand floor. 1 hour demand floor. This is 1 hour demand floor. So, and it's also 2 hours demand floor. From line chart close, you can see a broken supply roof became a demand floor, and 3 hours is valid. Only on 4 hours is not valid. So it's only valid on 3 hours, valid on 2 hours. You can see it. Look at it here. Look at the strength of structure here. The strength of structure is valid on 2 hours, valid on 3 hours, valid on 1 hour. But we are staying on 1 hour for clarity, so that the market does not play us. Now you see market has rejected 106, 4,106 is 45 minutes rejection. So if market pulls out from there, technically we see that we have two areas we have enjoyed. We reacted at 4,022, which the strength of material is here. This is the strength of structure. The strength of structure is here on this place. From this bullish move, this is where price have found a temporary support, and you see the market has reacted when it came there. So let me place it here. SS, the strength of structure is here. So the next strength of structure technically should be around 4,000. But I will tell you for free, I don't want to get involved in 4,000. I want to look at the market from a broader picture. So what that means is that you want market to return fully. and haven't rested since the last time market reacted here was on Friday 17th. This is your demand floor. This is your 1 hour. The next 1 hour demand floor is coming with a strong rejection like it did in the time past. So it's going to be subject. Now, if we manage, okay, I was explaining this. So we had here demand floor, demand floor, demand floor, breakout of structure. This is retest, and this is the strength of the structure. And we came back here, we retested it, and we retested it here again, and we retested it, and we broke out of the structure. Technically, if we upswing by any means possible, by any means possible, we are looking at a potential retest on this trend line. And I also want to check if it's valid on multi-time frame. So that means we are looking at a potential retest of 4,158. Let's look at it on 2 hours to see if the trend is valid. The trend is valid on 2 hours. You can see it. Demand floor, breakout of structure, followed by retest. The strength of material is here, the strength of structure. After break of a demand floor, supply roof 1, supply roof 2, break of supply roof, demand floor, and breakout of structure, no retest. So this is a vacant market, relatable sell zone. So let's look at it on 4 hours. On 4 hours, the clues we have here on 3 hours clues, we have 4,150. I don't want to do that. And on 4 hours, we have 4,147. So these are the closest we have potential areas of market reaction, but market love confluence. Market love confluence. You can see even on 4 hours, the trend is still valid. On 3 hours is valid. Breakout of structure retest. Breakout of supply roof retest. You can see it retest, retest, breakout of structure, potentially putting here up. So on 4 hours, we have 4,147. On 3 hours, we have 4,150. 150. On 2 hours and 3 hours have the same rejection, 4,149. I want to go with 1 hour. That is why I said let us stick to 1 hour. If you stick to 1 hour, that gives you 4,158. So if we break out from here on 1 hour time frame, there is a very high probability that during New York time, whatever breaks price out of this 1 hour roof, then I want this 1 hour structure to be completed. So at here, I'm looking for double confluence at 1400 New York time for a drop. So this is how I analyze the market using mathematical strategy. So 1400 New York time, New York. So if we get here, honestly, I want to tilt with the 1 hour. 2 hours and 3 hours are given the same structure. I don't want it. Look at 2 hours. The 2 hours line chart close is 4,150. 3 hours is 4,147. 4 hours is giving you 4,147. So 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours are giving the same time frame, 147 and 150. You don't want to do that. You're looking for break of structure. So you stay on 1 hour. If you stay on 1 hour, it's 4,157, where the market have confluence. We have an ascending trend line. Support structure 1, support structure 2, support structure 3, support structure 4, support structure 5, breakout of structure. Supply roof 1, supply roof 2, supply roof 3. Breakout of structure, demand floor 1, demand floor 2, breakout of structure. You're looking for a retest here. Market love confluence. If it turns out that confluence is involved, you see a potential reaction, and I'm targeting 1400 New York time. New York time. That is when you see the liquidity. So as it's pulling back, that is okay. The pullback is as a result of market respecting 45 minutes close. This is 45-minute close, and you can see the market is drawing down from there. After market rejecting 1 hour close, the 1 hour close rejection tallies with 4 hour rejection, and we are seeing a potential rejection on that roof. A lot of traders do not know this, but I can tell you this is why you see the market is pulling back from there. That's from 45 minutes. So the strategy has to do with multi-time frame adjustment, both on intraday and on a higher time frame. So the market is pulling back, and the next 1 hour candle still found support on the same level, 40.85, which is 1 hour demand floor. And if it pulls back, you don't want to get into that trade. The trading has gone from strategy to patience. Patience is the greatest strategy anyone can have, and that has been my biggest weakness. And I think I've conquered it. To allow price marinate, let it marinate and come to us. But from where price is, 88 is still valid. That's a 1 hour support structure, and you can see the strength of structure here. So you can see as that 1 hour candle closed, the next 1 hour candle opens on buy. You don't want to do that. You don't want to continue to play around there. You want market to break out and come out into a broader picture. And a breakout from this 1 hour supply, which is a current demand floor, you want to see price return back here into 40.22. 40.22 have potential for holding price. So let's keep it as simple as possible. So if price comes into there, you may want to weigh your risk. Here has a very high potential to hold price, and a break away from here will bring price into 4,958.925. Here will give you a breakthrough trade. If price comes here, your lot size should be very reasonable. And do not forget that we have a descending trend line breakout. The descending trend line breakout, we also want to look at it where the angle falls. So psychologically, it's still within what I was saying. This is a descending trend line breakout. It's a descending trend line breakout. Let's look at it on 2 hours, on 3 hours, on 4 hours. So let's see if we get a candle close. I'll give him a weeks. So that's fine. But that's the descending trend line. That's the way it is. That's the current descending trend line. So if price pulls out from there, most likely anything coming around here to retest the descending trend line will be appreciated. It will be highly appreciated. So this is the structure. These are all the rejections. It serves as a dynamic resistance to upswing in time past. So it becomes an area of potential market reaction. So if price comes into that structure, I want to see that it's respected. So if we pull into that, I will be watching it to see what market does into the structure. So a push into that structure, I will most likely be looking for double confluence on the floor. 1400 is still on the same thing to retest a broken descending trend line, and we might get a thrust and we move. So this is the area of high probability trade for today. For today, this area of high probability trade. Will price get here? Honestly, I cannot tell you, but I know that this is 1 hour demand. So this is what we have, and as you start the day strong. If you have a divergent view, please let me know. Let me know your grievance, and we are open to learning, and we can always make correction. No strategy is the best. Every strategy is good. The most important thing is mastery. Bye for now.